Hey everyone, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Today I am sharing with you guys the week of December 26th, 2022 to January 1st of 2023. 2023 sounds like an absolutely made up year. It doesn't sound like it should exist. I can't believe we're just like in the year, just like casually in the year 2023, which I feel like is going to make sense to some people. Like they're going to understand what I'm saying. And then to others are going to be like, Jessica, that is the progression of time. We did 2020, 2021, 22, and now we're in 23. It's just a little wild to me, okay? So we are starting the new year off right with a plan with me. I am using the Midnight Kit from ScribblePrintsCo with some underlays from Plana Hannah. These are the Night Sky ones in gold. I used a lot of gold foil throughout this kit, a lot of star-themed things. It just seemed very New Year's to me. I love this kit a lot because it's colors that I have not used, I don't think, for a New Year's kit, and also like the beiges and the light pinks and the kind of burnt oranges are super nice, and they kind of go with like a lot of New Year's decorations and decorations I personally use with my friends when we were celebrating and ringing in the new year, like lots of golds. We used some like black decorations and black balloons as well, but like the golds and some of it's just gold. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. It was just gold streamers, gold balloons. We actually did a toga theme, which has nothing to do with the fact that me and Nick are going to Greece this year. It was just a happy coincidence after we stumbled upon like 5 different themes we were trying to do for the new year. But I love it because now we have really awesome pictures of all of us in togas that I can decorate my planner with. The planner you see here is the Coral, I don't know the exact name of it, A5 wide from Aura Estelle. I have since moved out of it because it was giving me hives. Not actually hives, like I wasn't allergic to the leather or anything. Like the red was just not speaking to me. It was not sparking the joy that I wanted it to. So I have since moved into the Printpression SPC edit in like the hot pink, and oh my god, that brings me so much more joy. I am slowly but surely filling like decorating it with like little things here and there. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I'm gonna put some little things here and there, and then I will post a planner setup video once that's all done, hopefully within like the next month or so. Right now I'm just staring at like a planner with paper in it and like little stickers that I'm going to use for later. But whenever I'm done setting up my 2023 planner, rest assured I will share it with you all. So this week was super fun. It is also the week I usually term the vortex because time and space don't exist between after Christmas and before New Year's. If I don't know the date any other time of the year, date, day, month, any of it, I certainly don't know it during like December 26th to December 31st. Like I can't, it's not going to happen. So that's why I like calling it the vortex week. It's even more so jarring when I have to work it and I'm just like, I don't know what month I'm in. Like, why am I working this week? And I say that because I'm so used to being in school and just like having this week off, if like for a week or for a month. So I'm just like getting into the swing of like still working this week and having to know what day it is to like fill out like charts and things like that. But anyway, I'm digressing. So let's get into the sidebar. So for this year, I have 2 habit trackers as well, but we're getting rid of the vitamins because I've gotten pretty good into the habit. So it just seems like a redundant habit tracker to have. So now I bumped up my nighttime skincare routine because I'm still really shit at that. And then the second habit tracker for this year, as of right now, is doing 10,000 steps. One of my New Year's resolutions is to just be more active, be a little bit more healthy. And I think trying to do at least 10,000 steps a day is super doable for me. And so I just want to keep track of that because I think I take like anywhere between like 6,000 and 8,000 steps like on a day that I work. And so I have a treadmill in my living room so I can just make up the last of those steps and it should not be too hard. but we shall see. If you see an X, that means I was nowhere near my goal. If you see a dash, it means I got kind of close to 10,000 steps. And if you see a slash, that means I did it. So yeah, I think I like got close a couple of days and then just did not because I was away for New Year's Eve. But yeah, so then after that, I put a square box down and I used a Happy New Year rose gold script from Rose Color Days. I am using gold throughout this planner, but the rose gold did not look bad, so I used that. And then I put a thick piece of washi and a This Week custom script. Is it custom? It might not be, but that sticker is from Ice Cream Joe, and you can get it foiled in whatever color you want or in just plain black ink. I put down the plain black ink one down first here because I ran out of gold ones, which reminds me I should probably order some more. But then because I used the rose gold from Rose Color Days, I was like, oh, let me just use the rose gold that I have from Ice Cream Joe. And I love the way it looks. Like you can't even really tell like that it clashes or anything. So I think it's super duper pretty. Okay, so moving on to day by day. On Monday, I was still at Nick's house because I had spent Christmas with him and his family. The perks of being Jewish and dating someone who does celebrate Christmas means I get to celebrate all the holidays. So I was still at his house on Monday because my job observed Christmas since it fell on the weekend on the Monday, which was super duper awesome. So we spent the morning snuggling. And then after that, I drove back home pretty early just because Nick had a lot of work that he needed to do. And I just wanted to like decompress before going back into work after Christmas. Also, I got food poisoning or a food bug. I still don't know which over Christmas. So it just felt nice to go home and like relax in my own bed. So after that, I unpacked after the weekend and I spent a lot of time just catching up on my planner, filling in the last week of my 2022 planner, which was super fun. And then, of course, I spent the entire day basically binge watching the rest of Emily in Paris. I think I got up to like the last episode of season 3 on this day. I literally binged it this entire weekend. I asked my sister, oh, is this a show I could just like watch without paying attention to it? And she goes, yeah, it's perfect. And then I became invested. So I'm already looking forward to season 4. So while I was watching Emily in Paris, I also did grocery run this day to get stuff for lunches for the week. And then I filmed my January lineup video, which is already up. So you can see all the little sneaky peeks for what I'm like 100% sure I'm doing for January. And then the last thing I did was take a bath because it felt like the right thing to do after a busy weekend, a busy Christmas weekend. So then after that, on Tuesday, it is off to work. On my commute, I finished watching Emily in Paris, and I am Team Alfie. I love Gabe, but I'm Team Alfie is all I'm going to say. And then I took a holly jolly stroll, which is basically me walking to Times Square because my bus got in early. Oh, the nice thing about this week is that nobody else is working between like Christmas and New Year's, which means I get like my commute is so short and I get to work so early. So I took the trek all the way to Times Square to see the 2023 up on one of the buildings, like where they put the ball and the ball drops, but it wasn't lit up, which made a lot of sense because it was still the year 2022. But I was like, gosh, like, damn it. I really wanted to see it lit up. I really like seeing like the year all glittery and lit up. So then I decided to go to Rockefeller Center and walk past the tree once again. I did this once before earlier in the holiday season, but it's so nice because there's like nobody there. There are people ice skating, but there's like absolutely nobody there. So like I can get like as close to the tree as humanly possible. And it's so gorgeous, even with like the dusk of the day like starting. It's so nice. So then I finally went to work after all of that. And after work, my sister actually came home because she had a surprise gift experience thing for us the next day. So since we didn't get to celebrate Christmas together, the three of us, what we like to call affectionately Jumas, I I gotta stop saying we had it this nice, so we ordered takeout and we just ate Chinese food, and then we watched Matilda the musical all together, squished into a queen size bed, which is like super duper comfortable. But I really liked Matilda. I liked it way better than the Broadway show. I liked the Broadway show well enough, but I think the part that I didn't, that like my expectations were like through the roof for Matilda when I saw it on Broadway, because people were legitimately saying if you saw Matilda and that was like your first Broadway show, it would ruin all Broadway shows for you. So I was expecting like peak things here, but it wasn't. But I still liked it enough. I liked Revolting Children and the school song, and it was incredible to watch it like on the movie and like to have it on Netflix. I liked the movie way better. It was really cute. It was really fun, and I think we all enjoyed it. And then right before I went to bed, I just scrolled on my phone on TikTok because insomnia. So moving on to Wednesday, because I spent all that time watching TikToks, I went to bed a little late and I decided to treat myself to a little Starbucks before work. Then I went to work, and I actually left early this day because I had to go get some blood work done. And so I did that, easy peasy. And then I went to the post office to drop off my passport application because, of course, I plan to do a lot of international traveling, and my passport expires this year. And I think it's like expires 6 months out before I'm supposed to leave. So I want to get a head start on that. So just in case there are any hiccups, I can get that done. So I dropped that off the post office, and then my sister took myself and my mom to a blanket crochet class, which was super fun and super different. My sister's addicted to making blankets now. If you are in the vicinity of her friend group, you are getting a blanket for any major holiday or birthday now. But it was so much fun. It was like really unexpected, something different, something I never would have expected. And I made like a Valentine's Day blanket. My stitches, because we did everything by hand, were kind of wide. So it's not a blanket you really want to like snuggle up with. It kind of looks like a net, but it's super easy to do. So I think like I can make a new one, like unravel that blanket because it's all slip knots, and like tighten it up a bit, or just go to Michael's and buy new yarn and do that. So while we were at this blanket crochet class, I actually had Wawa deliver us 2 iced chais and Skittles. Yes, I'm a hygienist who just consumes sugar. But everyone had wine. We didn't bring wine. I had to work the next day. So like I wasn't going to be drinking anything, but I was like, I want a beverage. Like everyone's got beverages. So I want something sweet and like something cold to sip on, because it was also very hot in that studio. And then the last thing I did when I got home super late was pack for New Jersey, where I would be spending my New Year's weekend. So that was really exciting and getting me through the week. On Thursday, I put down a munchkin that's like rise and shine, because it was like a struggle to wake up. I went to bed a lot later than I had wanted to because I was just like running out of time to do anything. And I spent all that time packing. And then I went to work, my last day of work before the holiday. And then after work, I ran home, tried to kind of see what I packed, tried to see anything necessary I needed to grab, drove to my friend's house, and then she drove us to New Jersey. We were going to a friend's beach house where we spend the 4th of July. So this is the first time we were like there on the off season, which was really awesome because like all the street lights were yellow instead of like all being red all the time. I think the speed limit increased, and there was just no traffic getting in and off of this island, which was beautiful because on the 4th of July, there's so many crowds. Still love it, but it was nice to have to go there with less crowds. But anyway, so we finally got to the beach house, and it was just a bunch of us there, and we had dinner together. My sister and her husband cooked dinner for us all, which was super nice. And then we all kind of settled into the living room and watched the first episode and a half of The Circle, which of course the boys were like, oh, this is stupid, and then became totally invested. Even if right now they tell you they were not, they were. I think we ended up making it through all 4 episodes that weekend. But then of course the circle releases like every week for 3 weeks. So like, that's where we had to end that. So after that, I went to bed and of course binge watched more stuff on TikTok because TikTok is life. TikTok is my religion. On Friday, I forgot about this. On Friday, I marked that I woke up from a nightmare. Like I was crying. And I didn't realize I was crying until Nick was like, Jess, are you okay? And I was like, what? I just had tears going down my eyes. I was like, that's the most dramatic way to wake up. And then, of course, I couldn't go to bed. Although I think I did fall asleep for another hour or two, which was so nice because I feel like I had not gotten sleep at all this week. Then, of course, we all went on a coffee run. Every time we go to the beach house, we go to a coffee shop called How You Brewin'. And it is delicious. They had, actually this day, I got a peppermint bark cold brew, which I didn't totally love. But then the next day I got a vanilla latte, which slapped. And then in the New Year's, like on January 1st, since it's a new year, new month, they came out with like a new special. And it was a cinnamon bun latte, which was basically just a vanilla latte with cinnamon. And it was so good. I wish they had it the entire weekend I was there because I would have just been IV tapped into my arm with the cinnamon bun latte. It was so good. But anyway, we went on a coffee run. And then we got back and we watched more of The Circle. We were just kind of like laying out before lunch. And then we went to Chegg for lunch, which is like chicken wings kind of place. I love Chegg. I look forward to it all the time. I order more wings than I can eat in that one sitting because I love eating Chegg, like chicken wings, chicken tenders cold the next day with like ranch. Ooh, it is so good. I almost ordered 20 wings, but I ordered 12 because they wouldn't let me order like 10 wings and then do half and half sauces. So I had to order 6 of each sauce that I wanted. So I ended up with 12 wings and I did not regret that decision. I was eating that leftover chicken all weekend. Did I heat up that chicken? No, I ate that cold. It's so good. So then we got back to the house and everybody was just kind of relaxing. I read the Horimiya volume 4. I was trying to get to my book goal. So I had 2 more books that I needed to read. I was trying to read a Christmas book, but I was like, that's not happening. So I brought Horimiya 4 and 5 with me to the beach house. I did get through Horimiya 4, which was my 35th out of my 36th book for 2022. But it just didn't end up happening that I read the 5th one. Like they're pretty easy reads, maybe like an hour. But like after like reading the first one, like the 31st and the first, there was no, like I was not going to be reading a book. So I tried. Okay, but anyway, after that, we all played Telestrations After Dark, which is basically like a Pictionary kind of game, and we all missed the mark completely, but it was so fun and funny to play. And then just so like we were doing, like to do something, we went to a restaurant called Buckaloo's, and we just had some drinks there and hung out. I couldn't hear anybody. Couldn't sit at the bar because it was all packed. But we sat at like a table that was right near the band playing. And I'm like, I literally am getting old because I cannot hear a word anybody's saying. This music is too loud. Turn it down. I want peace and quiet so I can hear the conversations. But it was a good time. It was a good way to spend the night. And then they closed early. And by early, I mean like 10:30. So we were all home by 11 and ready for bed. So the next day was New Year's Eve. Of course, we had our coffee run and then we went to Skojo for breakfast, which probably makes the best breakfast tacos I've ever eaten in my life because there's chicken and chorizo in it. They have a really delicious salsa and it's just so good. So good. I don't normally eat breakfast tacos. I love tacos, but breakfast tacos just never do it for me. But for some reason, I felt like the calling to order them here, and I did, and I have not regretted it since. They're so good, but they're so filling. Oh my goodness. So then after that, we got home from breakfast, and we decorated the house. We blew up balloons. We put up streamers. We put up a big banner of the Pantheon or Parthenon. I always get them confused. We had a like life-size kind of cutout of the David statue, which we had to censor with a rocket ship because you just saw all his bits. We put up streamers and banners and balloons and everything, and it was so much fun. Our theme for New Year's Eve, like I said earlier, was toga. We had started with random themes, then we got to like different eras someone said caveman. Vicky's husband said caveman. And then one of the girls was going to wear a Greek goddess thing. And then someone was like, why don't we just wear togas? And then everyone's like, are we doing togas? So we were doing togas. So everyone came in togas. The girls got like fun accessories. The boys bought costumes. And one of the guys actually made a toga out of bed sheets, which was super dope and like actually like on theme. But it was super fun to get dressed up. And all the guys liked wearing a dress. It was so funny. So we had a little, game night. Every time I put game night, I'm like, I wish I had like game day. So before it was time to get ready for dinner, a few of us played Disney Villains Clue, which is a really fun game. Then we all went to get dinner at like 5 p.m. because we fudged up and we didn't actually make a reservation for somewhere to eat. And this place was available at 5. And it would make more sense for us to get an early dinner and then get ready and do all the things. We also wanted to go to the arcade. Well, I wanted to go to the arcade. That is always my like top priority on list of things to do whenever we go to this beach house. But they closed at 7, so we were only there for about 40 minutes. So we spent as much time as we could in there, and then we went back to the house. We all got ready. The girls got glam, and then I wrote, it was toga time, and then we were just playing a bunch of drinking games that I kept losing. I wasn't doing it on purpose. It's much funnier to watch other people drink, but it was also hilarious the way it kept happening that I was losing. We played Slap Cup. I was not allowed to play War because I had lost at like every round of Slap Cup. And if you've ever played Slap Cup before, they put this massive drink in the middle. I didn't lose by having to drink that. I just lost by having to drink everything else. So yeah, then we did the countdown to midnight and we kept the party going. It was a lot of fun. Somehow I didn't wake up hungover the next day, which I am thankful, grateful, and blessed for. And then me and Nick snuggled into the new year, and it was wonderful. So on January 1st, it is New Year's Day. Of course, we had another coffee run where I discovered the cinnamon bun latte, which was perfection. Then we went to Chegg for brunch, which I had never gone there for breakfast before, and I got like a chicken wrap sandwich. We were trying to get there for the morning, but I don't know what was holding all of us up. I think the coffee run was holding everybody up. So then a lot of people left, so there was only 4 of us left, and I was like, we're not going home yet, are we? Like, I'm still tired. Like, I'm ready to just like hang out for a little bit. So we went to the arcade again, and it was awesome. Put more money on my arcade card. I love playing arcade games. Like, even if I don't win any prizes from it, I love it. I have so many points saved up because I just like will not cash them in for anything except for like a piece of candy. I also did get a yo-yo, but it broke, so I'm never doing that again. So then we got back to the house, the 4 of us who were left. We were cleaning up sheets and things like that. And then before we knew it, it was 5 o'clock and it was time to drive home. So we said our goodbyes. Drove home, I came home, unpacked, and then I edited the January lineup. Look at that timing! I didn't think I would make it. I thought I'd have to slow some of this footage down. So yes, that is it for the New Year's week. Let's just call it that, because it's not the first week of January. For the New Year's week. I absolutely love it. I think this is a great start to the new year. And I think this spread looks a lot better laid up against the hot pink as well. So I'm like really not digging the red, but you will see the new planner in the next video. And then hopefully it will be set up shortly after that. But yeah, I hope everyone is excited for this year of Plan With Me's. I hope everyone has faith that I can make it to the end of the year. Like, let's take bets and see how many I miss. Let's not do that. Let's not manifest it. We're being positive and we're going into the new year with a lot of positivity. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.